What's going on, YouTube? AlphonZeus of Team Gradelock here with another episode of Team Gradelock Unlocks week. We're going to be going over the latest Cardfight Vanguard episode, Ride 185, as well as results from our local and any more news that we have from Team Gradelock to you, our subscribers. Of course, if you haven't seen the episode yet, please pause, close the video, go watch that episode, and then come back right here so we can discuss about it. Of course, if you don't want to do that, please click on the link in the description down below to get right to the results of our local. So, Ride 185, the Flames of Perdition. We finally get to see the conclusion between the epic card fight between Galliard and Kai, after Galliard coming off of a fresh victory off of Kamui, and, suffering memory judgment as a result. Galliard goes up against Kai, and with this epic battle, we get to see, of course, Galliard perform his Legion first with Bluish Flame Liberator Prominence Core. This is a great Gold Paladin Legion card because, in fact, you get to call a unit, and if the unit happens to be the same unit on the Guardian Circle, Vanguard Circle, as I may add, you get plus 3k in the crit. That's pretty broke. That is... yeah, man. I can't think of any other way to sum up a very good card. Because any Vanguard in particular that comes off with a crit, that is just... it's crazy. It adds so much pressure to it because, of course, critical increases to the damage. And, of course, when, Legion once managed to hit Kai, and Kai manages to guard early a little bit, so it puts him at a comfortable 4 damage. Or 3, whatever the case may be. But we don't worry about Limit Break anymore, because we're in the Legion era. So, by the time we see Galliard, and of course going over his backstory, somewhat repeating it to Kai, the same spiel that he pretty much said to Kamui, about his history, and how he wanted to bring joy to the kids that he, brought the Cardfight Vanguard cards, especially when Link Joker occurred with the invasion that all started because of Kai, in an ironic fashion. We get to see those same kids reverse, and it's completely scared the crap out of Galliard. Of course, he was fighting them off, as well as any other reverse fighters in his home country, pretty well. Like, as a solo player, he outlasted everyone up to the moment when Aichi manages to break the circle. And that pretty much saved not only Galliard, but also Rati and Sarah and Neve as well. And you see how it seems like they're the good guys, even though that right now, up to this point, they've been treated as the bad guys. Now, after we get to see this really broken Legion, we also get to see Kai perform the Legion for probably one of the most broken Kagero cards I've ever seen in my entire life, Perdition Dragon Vortex Dragonoot, which I could have thought that Perdition Dragon Vortex Dragonoot was supposed to Legion with the original Vortex Dragon in set 2. I'm supposed to say or think, but it really isn't. Seeing Kai actually perform, boom, Counter Blast 2, you Persona Blast, and you can Persona Blast either the grade 3 or the grade 2, it doesn't really matter, but you retire 2 units, grade 2 or less, of course, and then if you have 4 damage or less, deal damage to it. Oh, okay, gets the damage, boom, right off the bat. Then you go in and say, alright, let's see what we can do here. He goes in, Galliard guards it. Galliard goes to the Legion combo again. However, it seems that Galliard was going to win this one. But fortunately for us, thank God, Kai guarded all these attacks. Therefore, he's sitting comfortably. At least at around the 4 to 5 damage mark where a critical can really end the game for him. Now, fortunately, see Kai perform the Legion skill again. But this time, we get to see, oh, Galliard pulls a heal trigger. But then Kai looks as evil as he did right there. Oh man, if I had a screenshot to show you how it seemed like the tables have turned, I'm gonna just show you a little bit. Hold on. Does this look like the face of a protagonist to you? I don't really think so. I gotta admit, especially when Kai did that the second time, I was very, very scared. Because it seemed that Cardfight Vanguard was gonna turn the tables yet again, and just all of a sudden make the Quattro Knights seem like good guys, and him and his mates seem like the bad guys. Of course, in both battles that they won, of course, Naoki was being a little bit too carried away, although, yes, they have been losing for quite some time and suffering judgment each one, but you could tell Naoki was definitely pissed off at that point. But seeing at least this from Kai, especially this Trinity Flame, it kind of put me on edge a little bit. But Good thing is, at least Kai finally defeats Galliard after maybe not one, but two card fights where he pretty much lost to that. Especially when the first time that they met, when the battle concluded, Kai was literally facing off against Aichi's deck and seeing Monarch Sanctuary Alfred in there. So, oh man, this is just sweet revenge in some way. Because seeing now that Galliard couldn't even guard, Kai goes in for the kill. He manages to get Galliard to 6 damage, and therefore Galliard lost. So what do we have here? Kai, apparently he doesn't know, because he could have inflicted memory judgment, but of course he just inflicted regular judgment. Unfortunately, Kai was just like, the red flame is gonna like take you away, whatever. And then you see Galliard completely getting like, it's judgment. What, like, I can't really describe the pain that they're going through right now. But seeing that come into play is just, wow. Kai won, Naoki won, so they're off of a good momentum right now. And I do like that very, very much. And the thing is, though, at the end of the episode, this is where it takes a turn for the craziness. What we see here, apparently, we see that Sarah, who had recently just, come to her senses after he received judgment from Naoki, he comes in with the butler. And he does something that I really wouldn't expect. Sarah ends up using his powers of ice and just locking away the 2 remaining, seals that were still up, held up by Rati and Neve, respectively. And it seemed that he released the bonds. And by releasing the bonds, it's like you saw another world war. Because apparently, I guess what's being inferred from the episode, we see Aichi all of a sudden come back. But we see the reversed aura around him. So we get to know that Aichi probably couldn't hold off on the reverse for so long after losing to Kai the first time towards the end of Season 3. And that Aichi pretty much suppressed it within himself. And he didn't want to create another war, which pretty much brings together why the Quattro Knights were assembled in the first place. Because Aichi ends up being reversed, and he couldn't take it for so long until, unless you lose your mind. And therefore, we see Sarah, I don't know why or what's his motive as to, completely losing out on this, opportunity, and just throw it to shame, unleash Aichi, and then we're going to see a really crazy match. I haven't seen the preview for the next episode, but I really look forward to see what in the world is going to happen, especially when Sarah would do such an act of betrayal against not only Aichi, but his fellow Quattro Knights as well. So we get to see a little bit of tension there, and it seems that all hell will break loose in the next episode. So that's it for the latest episode of Cardfight Vanguard. Of course, we're always going to be looking forward to the next episode for the next week, but until then, let's move on to the local results. So the local results, there's a lot of things that happened this week. I know that one of the special events that happened was Game On's anniversary week. It's been, I think, about 3 years since they came into business. And then we managed to have structure deck tournaments throughout the weekdays. So you pick up a structure deck, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Cardfight Vanguard, Buddy Fight, etc. And then it's 2 packs per person in the prize pool. I managed to enter the Thursday tournament, which happened to be Buddy Fight. Adam, Ian, Chris L, and myself entered. Ian went with the Jackknife Dragon structure deck, and as well as the others, as well as both Chris and Adam, we went in with the Dungeon World deck. First round I played against Adam. He manages to get all of his resources ready, especially with the negate attacks and the blow up monsters, aka Divine Protection, Shalshana, and the Pillar Fires. Next, I went up against Ian. He went up with the Jackknife deck. He made a key misplay that probably would have got me the 2-0 loss. It was attacking my side when he should have attacked center, because he had just enough damage to kill me. But unfortunately, he attacked the side, and I managed to make a comeback and protect myself again. Third round, I went up against Chris L. As a mirror dungeon match, it's really who can outlast the other, or who has the resources to shut down the other player. Whether it was the mission card or the or Pillar Fires, Divine Protections, etc. But I just managed to get in both a Dead End Crush win and a win where I managed to top deck a card to keep myself alive. So it was both Chris L and I that topped, because Chris actually went undefeated before facing me. And then Friday we had the tag team tournaments. There were about 5 or 6 teams that entered that, and 2 teams up top were both Jason and Justin. Jason running the Revengers, and Justin running the Neo Nectar Reverse. Yes, the Poison Ivy lookalike, as I like to call her. Reverse unit actually made quite a bit of a showing, especially with Hey Yo Pineapple. I haven't seen that guy forever. The other team at top was Henry and Alex, who ran Tempest Bolt and Astro Reverse respectively. So it's nice to see the Set 4 team really making a splash on the tag team meta. Then on Saturday, we had the Cardfight Vanguard tournament. I wasn't able to go because I actually was attending an LSAT class and took a diagnostic test. So I think the 4 people at top there were CK, Christian, I think either Henry or Josh, and I'm not sure who the others at top. I think maybe Joe L and somebody else. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. Then we had the Buddy Fight tournament. Actually, I managed to participate in that. So we had Joe L, Dex, Jason, and myself. 4 people that entered, same as the Thursday tournament. First round I went up against Joe L. He was running Katana World, Skull Warriors. I was running the Turrets with Dungeon World support in terms of spells. I managed to defeat Joe because he didn't have his negate spells up. Because Justice Hammer is a card, and it is so good for blowing up any card, any problem card on the field you see. And it's great because, you know, yeah, I can fill up my field with 3 Terrors, so just in case if one of them goes down, I still have the sufficient requirement of 2 Turrets to not pay the costly 4 gauge. Because Justice Hammer is too good to pass up. Just play it, you pop a card on the field. Any card you see. Of course, maybe not that new Legend card that they premiered in that latest Buddy Fight episode, but still, you can pop a problem card on the field, which is amazing. Second round, I went up against Dex. He was running Thunder Knights. The Thunder Knights formation, as well as his draw power with the combos of the cards where you move, you gauge, or you move and you draw a card, that's too good. And I should have sided in a Gumini to prevent him from moving, but I didn't because I thought the Gumini would mess up the synergy of the deck. So I lost that. Then I went up against Jason, who ran the hybrid Dungeon World Adventurers and Enemies. Kind of the same thing that Ryan built, and I think it's similar, but there are some differences from the Dungeon World deck of our national champion, Arturo. He had continues mission cards. He had more toolbox than I could ever imagine. And you pair that along with the Dungeon World negate attacks and pop cards, it's a very deadly combo. I feel like the misplays that I made were definitely to Pillar Fire after he performed the continues, because you really don't want that to happen to you guys. And of course, Pillar Fire, you cannot have a monster in the center. That is my one mistake that I made twice in Dex's match, and he called me out for it, rightfully. And I messed up in Jason's match. So I keep messing up, and I gotta stop it. But Jason and Dex both top, so they got, you know, pretty good packs out of it. And that's pretty much the local results for the tournament. Now, according to the future, what we have in store for you, we're gonna have a casual series up, and we're gonna have a deck profile up. But also, some of our future plans. We're actually adding to think of a different segment. It's gonna be like the casual series, except it's gonna be something maybe completely opposite. It's going to be maybe featuring some of our top level consistent players. So you're going to see like some of them, which include CK, Henry, Josh. I see Eric topping consistently, Jason, sometimes Ian. And, you know, we're going to kind of condense it a little bit, but we're going to have maybe our top 4 members of Team Gradelock actually just go at it at each other with different decks. So we'll probably nickname it the Warring Clans Vanguard or the Warring Worlds Buddy Fight. And these will feature our top level players playing different decks. And you get to see exactly how it goes. Of course, I'm not sure how I can edit together what cards were in their hands or what's the damage counter, etc. But we want to feature at least something for the person that actually wants to, you know, professionally or at least very competitively play Cardfight Vanguard. So that's one of the projects that we're looking forward to having. So I hope that we'll be able to play some really high level play, whether it's featuring the top meta decks, top rogue decks, or even something completely out of the left field. So that's one of the projects that we're going to be working on. The next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to try and do either a casual series or a deck profile for tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, I'm probably going to be at Game On's, or actually tomorrow's Tuesday, mind me. Wednesday, I'm probably going to be at Game On so we can see what exactly we can do in terms of actually filming maybe another segment. And then we have the Domino Paris video where I feel like maybe we have to forego a tournament one day and just record us talking about the meta, what's been working, what's not been working, and see what the future holds. Especially now that the divas, the duos, Bermuda Triangle, and both, not only that sneak peek this Saturday, but also the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Alliance sneak peek. I haven't talked much about Yu-Gi-Oh! On here, but I still fondly play. And I'm looking forward to it. Shaddolls, Satella Knights, Yang Zings, Melodious. I want to collect those. The only thing is, they're like $20 for the Yu-Gi-Oh! $20 for the Vanguard, where you just get 6 packs, and you can participate in to win the playmat, or you pay $30, you enter in the draft tournament, and there's broken prize support. Whatever the case may be, I'm probably going to lose $70 this weekend, and it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be good, because I also need to help out some friends, and I can't. Unless I get money. But I will do my best to at least record some good content for you, at least on the Saturday. We're probably going to do some pack openings, respectively, for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Cardfight Vanguard. We'll try and put that up on the day of the sneak peek, so we see what pulls are being made, if there's any SPs, oh my goodness. And I definitely want to build up a new duo deck around the white part, because I like that type of art quite a bit. And outside of that, that's pretty much the agenda for this week. I'm looking forward to see what you guys think of our new projects or our new plans. Feel free to comment down below. Also, we are looking forward to working out with some other Cardfight Vanguard channels. So if you know any Vanguard channels that maybe would like to partner, or maybe just do a joint project with us, whether it's a Skype session, a Google Hangout, even just a sample Cardfight battle, feel free to just comment down below, and we'll get in touch with you guys. Because I know that a lot of us will be available throughout the week, especially since it's summer. And some of us may be able to travel not only to northern New Jersey, but maybe southern Jersey and sometimes New York, depending on what our budget is. But we are looking forward to expand even further, not just encompassing our casual series that profile trade binders, but a more competitive level of Vanguard. So feel free, if you like this video, feel free to like it, support us, and comment with what you think about the new projects. If you want to see any new content that we haven't thought of before, feel free to do that as well. And if I managed to get anything wrong, whether I got the names wrong or the local results or anything in the episode, comment down below as well, call me out on it. This is just to make sure that we can at least grow together. And that's it for me. My name is AlphonZeus of Team Gradelock. I hope that you all have a wonderful week, and look forward to some of the content that we're going to be putting up for the rest of the week. I'm AlphonZeus. Take care, guys. See you next time.